Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Santa Podcast here on the Monkey Caviar Podcast Network. It's really not a network, there's only one podcast.
But it's a
I'm
good one.
Tiny, your host. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm Tiny, your host. With me, as always, Adam Levy. Adam, how are you this evening?
I am fantastic, Mike. How you doing?
I am obviously in a glitchy hell. My video is doing not so good at all.
But it wouldn't be one of our shows without some kind of glitch.
No, it really wouldn't. Maybe I'm just going to turn my camera off, and we'll leave yours on, but we'll turn mine off. We'll see. I'm not saying this is going to work at all, but we're going to give it a go. I don't know what's going to happen, to tell you the truth. I might as well not fuck with it. Let's just get
it's working. That's all that matters.
This is as poor of a show as Preacher was this episode.
Ouch.
It's that poor.
Damn.
It's poor.
Telling it like it is.
I'm sorry. I was not thrilled. It had moments, and some of the moments are good. And it had moments that just didn't make a lot of sense. And there was a wood chipper, and we'll get to that. But I guess we start with young Jessie and the vice principal wannabe with the thing for young girls. Not young. I mean, she's a junior in high school.
She's a junior, for God's sakes.
For God's sake, she could drive.
Yeah, Jessie's just pimping out, grandma for anybody that's willing to pay the price.
I like the spell. I don't want to say pimp, but she's like a spell whore.
Yeah, I mean,
sell you a spell for $1.
It's a business, man. You got to do what you got to do. Times are hard out in Angelville.
Well, apparently it's an expensive business, because if you come a little bit short,
there's a price to pay.
In the long run, it is bad for you.
Seriously.
Oh, I got to the end of this episode and I was like, one, what the fuck is he mopping? And two, oh wow, he's had it rough. Jessie aged way better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, having a soul for most of your life will probably do that to you.
All right, that's fair. I mean, and then he became, I don't know, her pet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what she's keeping these people for. I mean, maybe she's just draining them their souls, bits at a time. Letting them, using it as she needs it. Because she probably doesn't need a full soul, every time. Little bits and pieces will probably keep her alive for a while.
It's like you put her tank to like a halfway instead of to the full F. You just a little bit,
just enough to sustain you. Yeah, just enough to sustain you.
To the next one. There was a show on Sci-Fi called Blood Drive.
I
saw it.
I saw part of the first episode.
It was fantastic. It was wonderfully good, and the cars ran on human bodies.
Yeah,
so a small person would only get the road, and that's kind of what Grandma here is dealing with. She's got a big tank.
Yeah, and especially with Jessie having been gone for as long as he has, she has got nobody to bring people to her, or at least people aren't coming as often as they were when Jessie was out, shilling for her. So she's got to make do with what she's got.
Oh, it's starting to make sense to me. All right, so he's cleaning up the basement because he's going to start doing the tour, right? So that's where they bring the people to, clip their soul, I guess. I did like the road into an alligator sign. Just randomly in the middle of the road there's an alligator sign. Watch out for alligators. Thump.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're deep in the heart of the swamp, so they're in gator country.
Well, they mentioned feeding people to gators a lot. And
yeah.
Let me tell you what, gators are real, man. I didn't think they were, living in California my whole life. And my girlfriend took me down to a golf course on Hilton Head. and we're walking down the golf course, and her sister was playing, so we're just like following along. And then like, over this, we walk over this bridge, and just right there, just fucking alligator. And I was like, nah, not in the wild, man. No, it was too much. It's a prehistoric creature. I can't deal with that.
Would that be a hazard on the golf course then?
You got to play it where it lies. Happy Gilmore taught us nothing.
This is true.
If you gotta play it off a foot, you got to play it off a foot.
Life lessons from Happy Gilmore.
Who better to learn from? Perhaps Pauly Shore. But other than that,
there's not much you could learn from Pauly Shore.
There really isn't. There's not much you can learn. You know what? My chat has disconnected. That's how shitty my computer is.
Well, there's nobody in there, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close that and then open this back up, and hopefully we're in better shape.
A little bit.
Lag-wise. Yeah, maybe. All right, so a bit of young Jesse before the opening, and then it just goes to hell, man. This whole Tulip thing is just, I'm in purgatory with this now.
So you were where she was last episode.
I am. I'm like, where's ours facing Hitler? Let's bring on the fun times.
Yeah, I mean, I get that they've kind of tried to set the story for the season, before you start bringing in the goofy, comic relief segment, because I honestly can't see Hitler and Arseface really propelling the story forward, other than they're just going to be there for some lighthearted moments.
Yeah, well, with Sheriff Root gone, there's really no story for them.
No.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
especially since they're
all for being a buddy film.
I mean, especially since they're changing.
Go ahead.
The Arseface motivation from the book. I mean, maybe his time in hell makes him want to kill Jesse Custer, but Arseface really wanted to kill Jesse after the first storyline. When he comes back, like, he's gunning for him. Like, he walks up on him, puts a gun in his face, and was ready to pull the trigger. I'm not sure if I can see this version of Arseface going that way, though.
He's too nice.
He is. I mean, even still, like, he was still a nice guy in the books, but
yeah, but they took the Arseface out of Eugene, left the Eugene in. So,
yeah, they really have not. He's not really Arseface. He's Eugene.
Yeah, and they've gone that way, and that was their choice. And I don't like it, but whatever. I don't write the story.
As long as we get Rockstar Arseface, we'll be good.
Oh God, I hope so, because I just want to see Hitler in the Colonel Tom Parker outfit. The all white, like, Sears sucker with the big hat. Oh man,
trying to convince people that he's not Adolf Hitler.
Right? Oh, just no 999.
Yeah, that could be fun.
So the episode opens in India. Are going to visit the Krishnas, and it's the best episode.
This was by far my favorite scene in the whole episode. I mean, I talk about religious violence, but this takes religious violence to a whole new level. And just I mean, you think of the Krishnas as these peaceful, like, shaved heads and airports and the robes, like, handing out flowers and pamphlets, singing, playing the tambourines and whatnot. These are some serious gun-toting Krishnas. I mean, when they pull off their mats and they're pulling out machine guns from underneath the stuff. I mean, I was not sure what to expect when Hair Starve, like, whips off his robe and pulls out a gun. I was not expecting the gun battle that we got, but I was laughing my ass off throughout the entire fight. It was hilarious.
I have to admit that when the scene, the "Come On People Now," "Smile on Your
That's
Brother,"
the song. Yeah, I couldn't remember what song they were playing.
Yeah, that was it. And then dark flashback to Robert Hayes in the airport or airplane where he's walking through the thing. And Christian just starts beating the fuck out of him. And I was like, oh man, this is going to totally go that airplane.
No, that was Robert Stack. That was Robert Stack. He beats up all the religious people in the airport.
No, he did it later, but Robert Hayes does it first.
That's right. He does do it first.
Through the airport.
Yeah.
So that's where I went. I went to airplane, and
too bad they couldn't get I can't remember the name of the actor. The guy that played Joey Isuzu, who was the Krishna in the airplane movies. If they'd have got him as one of the Krishnas, that would have been perfect.
David Leisure.
Yes. Yeah, if they could have got him as one of the Krishnas, that would have just been amazing.
That would have been a fantastic little callback. I loved that Jesse tried to use his voice of God in the middle of the road and almost got run over.
I mean, I know that he doesn't have the power, but why does he still have like the voice if he's not able to use this? You shouldn't be able to like make weird voice sounds at all if he can't use the power, because that's just really misleading. Because you get the eat your dick joke. And then because that makes sense. When he tries to use it on Star, if he didn't have it at all, he would have known right away that wasn't his soul when he tried to use it. So yeah, but still, right. I think that's just kind of stupid. Right. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like the rest, there's no sense. Pointless shit. Like how much time did Cassidy spend out in the fucking sunlight? All day. Yeah. And all just because he's got the umbrella thing hat doesn't mean his hands aren't covered. Right. He's got the hat on, and Jody makes a big deal about what's with the hat, and he's like, I got skin cancer. Yeah. But, man, your hands are in the sun like constantly. Yeah. As far as I know, that's skin. Yeah. So they're not doing a very good job with the vampire. Yeah, I think at this point they've just kind of thrown the whole thing out the window. They're just like, you know what, fuck it. We'll make it look like he's attempting to cover up, but we're not really going to care. Nobody else is going to care either. On Big Brother in season 17, they had this thing called the Big Brother Takeover, and it was like every week a new twist in the game, and they did it for like 2 weeks. Fucking stupid. And they just stopped. And it just disappeared. So yeah, it was probably too hard to try and make it covered up in the sunlight all the time, gloves and full body outfits and stuff. They're just like, fuck it, we don't care anymore. The Walking Dead created, man, all they got to do is put gloves on this fucking guy. I mean, come on. Yeah. I'm not asking for CG effects here. Isotoner's on. Yeah, I mean, make the effort. Just make the effort. Just show me that you're going a little. He sparkles in the sunlight. It just yeah. Oh, I'm waiting for them to make a sparkly joke about the vampire. Like I can't stand in the sun this much. Yeah. Like if you look at the first Blade movie, like they all went out there with with sunscreen, but like they had like gloves and motorcycle helmets, and like they made it look like they made the effort. Like, look, we can't be in the sunlight, Just show me, sunscreen SPF 100 at least. Yeah, I mean, give me something. Yeah, seriously. All right. It's awful. All right, so I'm still watching. And this whole like Jesse and Cassidy drama is just kind of silly. Oh, I'm done with it. I don't care who bangs her. I don't care who gets the girl. I towards Cassidy at this point, to be honest with you, and I just don't care. Yeah, I mean, the way they're building this up, we're not going to get the whole like Cassidy is an asshole who, takes Tulip away and keeps her drugged up in a hotel room for months on end, because that's the only way he can get her. The way the show's going, like they could legitimately end up together. That actually, I think we're gonna get that exactly. We're gonna get them locked up if this goes another season. Which, if this shit keeps up, it's not gonna. But
if it goes another season, I don't that storyline of him keeping her locked up and drugged up. 100%. I like it because he's even when TC was trying to talk to him in this episode, he's like, "You like backgammon?" He's like, "Nope."
Yeah. You like drugs? What?
You like kicking squirrels? Nope. All right. Well, you like drugs? Huh? Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Yeah. And they're sitting there in the kitchen huffing
I
gas.
think that yes. But see, that's the Cassidy that we need. This mopey and love can't hate him.
No, I mean, I'd love to see like the dark Cassidy that we get later on in the story, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I mean, you know, when you can't take a character like this that you've learned to really like for multiple seasons, then make him an asshole, make him the bad guy. It doesn't seem to work that well in TVs. In comic books, it's fine because you can tell these kinds of stories. You can, you know, you're not limited to, you're not trying to appeal to a mass audience. You're trying to appeal to a certain type of reader. With television, you know, when you're at the mercy of, you know, ratings and sponsors and things like that, it's kind of hard to take a character like a character that you kind of consider one of the heroes and make him into the really big bad guy.
Yeah. I think in comic books you have more freedom to be very direct with something and make it a very, very pointed. You have to broad stroke.
Yeah. I mean, you look at some things like, I mean, the movie Wanted, based on the comic book of the same name. They had to change that around so much because the book was about supervillains, people that had no redeeming qualities whatsoever. These were like murderous assholes, you know, that were running the world. It's kind of hard to make a movie where all your protagonists are villains. You know, then you don't really have anybody to root for at that point. But as a comic book, you can tell that story.
It's my dream.
Yeah, I mean, I hated that movie.
It's my dream that everyone is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Perfect film.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see them adapt the comic book into the movie, but I don't know if it would have worked.
I didn't even know about the comic book, so I wasn't a big fan of that movie either.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie. The whole bending bullets thing was a stupid fucking gimmick. You know, it makes no sense to me.
Well, we've seen that, you know, most comic books don't work unless, you know, you have, and then that kind of works. But I say that.
Oh, gee, you're cutting out a lot. I'm missing most of what you're saying.
And they weren't even bending bullets. It was the air that you do it that way because Walker, and that should be good enough for you.
Yeah,
I watched. I know. Computer. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Where this? Yeah, the station sucks now.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Cut. We're cutting it. And signals. It's over. Yeah. Good chat.